Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to answer your questions on the Team MSC clutch kits, stage 1, 2, and 3. Right here I've got my 2024 CFMOTO UFORCE 1000. This is the base model, and we right now have no clutch kit in it. It's just stock clutching. And we have here in this bag from Main Street Cycle, we have the stage 3 clutch kit, and also we have everything we need to just install the stage 1 and then the 2 and then the 3, and I'll explain all that and all the differences between them. But what we're going to do is not only show you how to install the clutch kit, which you need to definitely watch. If you get a clutch kit, you need to follow the procedure to the T, because any issues that you've ever seen or any complaints we've ever gotten, when we're able to talk to the customer and help them out, we realize that the secondary was clocked wrong, and I'll explain all that in a minute. But first, we're going to take this base model, stock clutching, stock tuning, everything, and we're going to get top speed, and we're going to also get just a time on 0 to 60 just for fun, but it's just something that we can use. I'm going to use this app right here, and we'll use it on the stock. Then we'll do the stage 1 install, and with each test we're going to come out here between each stage and show you any differences in the speed and all. Now, one thing you've got to understand is that clutch kits, from their original design for side-by-sides and ATVs, are all about performance, adding power, picking up gains on the bottom end, and helping you pull through the mid-range. And people experiment with clutching and all to get the perfect setup, and Team MSC along with Vati Verico has the best setups for you, and we have a wide range of kits for your machine, but we'll try to focus right here on this one. So with this one, we have 30-inch tires. These are Dragonfire 4-peak tires, 30s. They're kind of heavy. And we have a glass windshield, Team MSC flip down or fold down windshield, and really nice, by the way. And then we have a rear glass windshield. So your results will vary based upon what add-ons you have on your machine. If you add heavier tires, if you add windshields, all this kind of stuff, it's going to change the performance or the results of your machine. I don't care if it's CFMOTO, Polaris, Can-Am, whatever it is, it don't matter. It's just going to affect the performance. You add weight, you're adding wind resistance with a windshield, you're having more rotating mass on the tires. It's going to affect your speed, your acceleration, your power, and all that. The clutch kit that we have here for the UFORCE 1000 is more than just something for performance and all that. It's also going to help smooth things out for you, and it's just going to be a better overall driving experience. But the main feature of the clutch kits for this, especially the stage 3, when we get to the final stage, is to help your machine get back some power, better power applied to the ground more efficiently with the clutch kit. So we're going to build when I put those heavier tires on, it robs some power. The belt wants to almost slip if I punch it in high gear right now with no clutch kit. So that's going to help with the stage 3 clutch kit. It's going to help grab that belt, and it's going to pull better, and it's going to do its job. Something else that you're going to notice with the clutch kit on the UFORCE 1000, I don't know if you've ever got out on the road or got out anywhere and you just kind of get into the throttle, you'll hear the RPMs pick up, and then there's this little dip in the middle there, and you can hear the RPMs kind of drop, and it kind of slows down a little bit. Well, the clutch kit helps take that out, and you have more of a better pull, stronger pull through the mid-range. And then the trail helix that's on the stage 3 helps throughout the entire shift out of your secondary, and just helps the overall driving experience and gives you the best setup for your UFORCE. We'll talk more about that towards the end and kind of explain each stage as we go, but for now, let's get to the action, and then we're going to show you how to install it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do an 1/8 of a mile time in a 0 to 50, okay? So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Our times, 8.3 seconds was our 0 to 50, took 502 feet, and then our timer on our 1/8 of a mile was 10.5 seconds. Now, we'll save that and we will go put in the stage 1 and see what changes. All right, top speed, stock clutches. This is with 30-inch tires, so the speedometer is probably off a little bit. And I'm trying to be super sensitive. All right, let's go to low again. All right, I'm gonna go zoom out. All right, so you can just kind of see the machine a little bit. All right, that's low gear, stock clutch kit. It kicks in, right? That's what a lot of people complain about. All right, but once you get going, it's good. Anyways, all right, we're gonna fix that with the stage 1, and me and Harmon are just gonna show you how to do it. Okay, and to start out with, we're gonna install the stage 1 kit for the UFORCE 1000 from Team MSC. We've got our weights here, we've got our spring, and we got a spring washer there. And you'll see why we need that here in just a moment. So what we're gonna do is Harmon's gonna take this apart and we're gonna take it step by step. And it is so vital for you to follow these steps and to not skip a step, because the only time we ever have actual, real, genuine issues with a clutch kit is when a customer just installs it incorrectly. If it's all installed correctly and there's no other existing problems, the clutch kit performs phenomenal and you're going to get exactly what you need. But very important, install it correctly. So here we go. Now on the base model UFORCE 1000, you need to remove this inner fender area here. And we just simply take that grommet out and push clips, body panel clips.
10 millimeter
10 millimeter there.
Should be one
here. There, and then here. Up in that corner there.
I got one here.
And
then have a,
is there one
in here, but it's way down at the bottom on the inside.
Okay. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Right there. Yeah, I see it. Right there. Okay, so we're gonna get that up and out of the way, and that's gonna give us good, easy access to the belt cover. You don't have to remove your tire, but it definitely helps give you more space all up in here. And with me and Harmon both trying to get up in here to film, we need to get it up out of the way. Now, all he's done, took the inner fender out, removed the tire, and now he's taking an 8 millimeter. And he is simply going to go through and remove the belt cover. Okay, you're going to see these all around it, and there's a difficult one way up in there. Not as bad as it is on a Gen 1 950.
No, you can get to all. And we'll find them later.
That's right. We'll just zip them off. I'm up in your way. But anyways, getting all of those off and then remove the belt cover. All right, belt cover should be able to come out pretty easily. There is a gasket seal on it.
Yep.
Rubber seal, or should I say? You want to make sure it's okay, not damaged, all that good stuff. Now, that reveals the brains of the operation when it comes to the CVT. And for stage one, we're only going to be fooling with the primary. This is your primary, this is your secondary. For this part, we're going to leave that alone. For stage one, we're going to just simply remove this. We have an 18mm socket, and these threads on your primary are not lefty-loosey. They are righty-loosey. And so you got to turn it clockwise in order to loosen it. Very important that you pay attention to that. All right, go ahead. Okay. Also, some of you that are new to seeing CVT clutches, it is not abnormal. Now, let me tell them about that, what just happened there. It's like, there's two sets of threads, okay? Once you come out of that first section in the inner there, you'll see that it's loose. Well, there's some more threads as you come on out. So get that back started and then take it on out. So also, if you notice, there was a lot of dust or debris that kind of shook loose at first. That is totally normal, and that is normal wear from your belt. Over time, it's going to get dusty, plus the dust coming in that it's sucking in through the CVT. It'll build up in the clutches and be real dusty, and you have your normal belt dust. Anyways, just wanted to let you know that. Now we have a 32mm socket, and this is also clockwise to loosen, righty-loosey. Okay, now it's going to have pressure from that spring. It's not a lot. It shouldn't jump off, but you definitely don't want that to fall off and hit the ground because you don't want to bust any of this. Now, he just pulled that outer sheave off. That's all we have to do. You want to make sure you don't have no grooves or extreme excessive wear, cracks, anything like that, okay? You want to make sure none of this stuff is chipped, broke, or anything. And that's your, we'll show you all that and dissect it. But also you'll have a spring, and then you'll notice here, there's like, I don't know, is that like a nylon material? Yep. So there's like a nylon washer here. Don't lose that.
Speed limiter.
And then that speed limiter washer there, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that there, put that there, and then your spring cup we're going to leave as well.
You can tell them if they do come off with your spring.
Yeah.
Always put the metal one on first.
Yep, metal one on first, and then that nylon washer second. And just leave that there. Now you also have a primary, your bearing there. Over time, you at some point will have to replace that down the road. But you should be good to go. And there's your secondary. Again, for stage one, we're going to pause here and install stage one. If you were doing stage two, we'll show you that in a moment, but we would continue with the secondary. But since we're doing just stage one for this testing, we're now going to show you what to do there. Really simple, no problem. So you take your washer that comes in your kit, and you're going to put that up into that cup. He's using the spring there to just kind of shove that in there. And that washer goes first and goes around up into that cup. All right. Now, you can set your stock stuff to the side and save it for whatever purpose. And now we're going to show you this part of the stage one. This is simply going to be inspection and removing the weights and putting in the new weights. Okay, he just slid that up. It's nothing holding it. It just slides right up.
See that?
Yeah, right there, yeah.
See that groove?
Yep.
That groove's gonna have this dot lined up.
Okay.
There's
Now.
weight holders.
Yep.
You just
knock them out. Press them out, knock them out. Use a little Phillips head or something, and you can just push them out. Alright, there's all those.
Stock ones?
Yep. I'm just going to get that old dust out. You can carefully use some eye protection and dust mask. You can blow that out if it's a lot. Now he's just going through and he is pressing in his new weights. And that's just real simple. You want to make sure you press them all the way firmly in. You don't want to halfway do it. Boom. Okay. Now, we have seen people install these upside down, backwards, all which and way. They go in one way. That's right. Top, bottom. All right.
Does it looks like that? It ain't right.
That is right. This is incorrect. This is correct. Flat spot faces up. If you install it any other way, you're going to have problems. 100%. All right, and that's it. Then you can set this back on. Now, those are wearable items. You can replace them after so long. And then these little pieces here are also wearable items. You will need to do maintenance one day down the road, because if you ever have extreme excessive clutch noise, it will most of the time come from those being loose, and it'll clatter. Now, it's not going to be even brand new. They're going to be able to wiggle and stuff, but you'll be able to tell when it has excessive wear, because it'll make an awful lot of racket. But those are supposed to be replaced after so long. Now, we're done with that. The weights are installed, and now we will show you putting the spring in. I think I put it right here by the Yabba Dabba Doo unit. All right. We got our spring. It's going in. All right, it's just going to kind of rest there. And now we're going to press that in. And we'll line up our little lines. And you can find that line that he showed you a while ago. Well, it's right here. Okay, and you can find that on your outer or your inner sheave, and just you have to feel it with your finger. Here it is.
Is it up top?
Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so this mark, this mark is right there. So we can turn this one to line up in that direction.
So we'll turn it on.
Well, just pull it out. Yeah, turn it the other way.
Where's the mark?
Right up here.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Right there. All right, that's it. Then it'll line up there because he turned it with the notches. Yep. All right. So we got our marks lined up on our primary, and now we will get our 32 millimeter and get ready to thread this on. Now it is lefty tighty. We're going to rotate it counterclockwise to tighten it. So we're going to get our 32. Sorry about that. All right, so we just got that tightened down. And now we're going to get our 18 and put the threaded longer bolt in. Now, for video purposes, we're going to leave the belt cover off because we're going to continue our testing and come right back. Since we're going to be running it without the belt cover on, it's going to be louder. You're going to hear those clutches. It's going to be louder, and that is perfectly normal. So here's high gear. Man, it is super smooth. All right, here we go. See that? let's do low gear. Low gear, that should be, you know, it's gonna be snappier. All right, low gear again. And we'll do reverse. All right, so we're definitely helping with engagement. Now we're going to go check our times. And also I do want to point out, something. After you drive this clutch kit for a little while and it kind of sets in, breaks in a little bit, it'll get even smoother. So when you really run and compress that spring a few times, it's gonna run even smoother after the fact. So let's go to our testing spot and get some times. Now that we're at our mark, we'll ease up just a hair more. Oh, that's smooth, baby. All right, and we'll see what kind of difference it makes performance-wise, 0 to 50 an eighth of a mile. 3, 2, 1, go. There's our times, 8.5 seconds. It took 525 feet to reach 50 miles an hour, 11 seconds even to get an eighth of a mile. All right, guys, I'm gonna see what the top speed does. I'm gonna floor it here in a second and see what we get up to in the same section with the stage 1. Here we go. I think I saw 66, but for sure 65. So we didn't lose top speed, we gained top speed with the stage 1 kit. And again, this is with a glass windshield, rear windshield, 30-inch tires that are pretty heavy. So keep that in mind. That's very important, because if you do these same tests and you don't have the same stuff, we can't compare apples to apples. So there we go. All right, now that we are back in the shop, letting this cool down just a little bit because it'll be a little warm from running it, we're now going to remove the primary again in order to install the secondary spring, which is your stage 2 process. So we got our tire off again, and we want to show you how to install the stage 2 spring in your secondary. So if you ordered the stage 2 kit, you would have done what we did with the stage 1, and then you would have done what we're about to show you now on the secondary. All right, Mr. Harmon, we got a 36mm socket. Now the secondary is lefty-loosey, so it's different than the primary. I'm gonna reach around that frame brace there, loosen that nut off, and then we may or may not have to loosen the sheaves in order to get the belt off. Oh, we didn't have to. Good deal. All right.
But it does help.
It does help to loosen it, because you may pull your bearing and all that out and all that. But in order to loosen that sheave, you just simply use the, hold on, we're just going to get it out of here first. There we go. I was going to grab that bolt to show y'all what comes with it to loosen the secondary. But remember, you could have some alignment washers here on your secondary, but in my case, I do not. Not every one of them will, but you don't be surprised if you take your secondary off and there's a 1 or 2 alignment washers here on your secondary shaft. But so you don't want to lose those, and you definitely want to put them back on. But in my case, I don't have any. This belt, we could check it, and that's a good time to do it. We do recommend changing your belt when you go to a clutch kit, just to get a fresh belt on it, and you won't have any jerking issues or nothing like that from having a glaze spot on your belt. You also want to make sure that you put your belt back on the same direction that it came off. And in this case, the arrows are pointing like it's going to rotate clockwise, and that's how we'll put it back on. Okay, so this is the helix, which makes it a stage 3. We're going to set it to the side. All right, we got our Team MSC secondary clutch tool, which I highly recommend you get. You will need a vise as well to put that in. Set your secondary over onto it, and then here's our spring. Okay, now when you get it, you may see stage 2 or stage 1. That'll be prefaced according to, you know, what setup you're getting and all that. You can get a you can get one that has a lower spring rate, and that will be like the stage 1, but it goes in the secondary. I don't want to confuse you. Your stage 3 most of the time is going to say stage 2 on the secondary spring. Okay, so we got our stage 2 spring here, and what you got there? We got,
this is all stock.
Yeah, this is all stock. You notice that lower spring is in B.
It's in B, and then up here it's in 1.
B1. 1 is on the helix. That's what we talk about when we're talking about the different, you know, ways of clocking it. That's right.
A, B, and C. That's it.
Okay.
Then you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 up here.
That's right. So you got A, B, and C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 up there on your helix. Okay.
So, and we're gonna put this back in there, and we're gonna go right back to B1.
B1 position. That is right. Now again, I can't stress how important it is that you do this part correctly, or if you don't install it correctly, you will be very bad off. Okay.
Yeah, and be very highly upset.
Yeah, you'll be upset thinking you bought junk, but that's not the case. Now notice he just had to. I want you to pay attention to what he just had to do. He just tightened that bolt down, and he then.
I got it here.
Yeah, he tightened that nut.
A little snug on it. Twist it.
You see that? You see, it was from the factory. Was already riding right here on this side of the helix. Okay, and he had to turn it.
I pull it.
See that?
To give it to go down.
And he's holding it with this that left hand there. Yeah. He's holding those 2 plates, because if he lets go, it's got a little bit of tension on it. Got it down enough to get the C-clip out.
Snap ring.
Snap ring. I've done I used E-clips all the time when I was working on RCs, and I still have a habit of saying that. So you got the snap ring out. Now you notice it's a little bound up from the factory. He just tightened it down, and then he just kind of gave it a little bit of a wiggle there, and
yeah, just let the pressure of that will push it up. Now it should start moving. So
it's very important that this secondary is sitting flat, level, and that it's not in there kind of cocked and coming up crooked. You need it to all relieve up nice and even. All right, you see there, that could happen. Again, this is stock. This is not a clutch kit. He just barely tapped. You don't want to hit it so hard you break it. Okay, he just tapped it, kind of unbound it. And this is just a stock CV Tech trail block clutch. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. All right, we're just going to decompress that. Now, that may happen to you. That's your little key. You don't want to lose it. Set it to the side. It just fell out of the keyway. All right, we're taking the nut off there. All right, just gonna lift all this up out of the way. Okay, spring is gone. Now look, these are wearable items here. These are wearable. You notice it's already rubbing or setting a flat spot in that a little bit. Okay, that's normal. Over time, you're going to want to replace these pieces. It's really simple to replace. They're inexpensive, and I say every time you change a belt, go ahead and you may want to put some fresh ones on there.
This is a wearable item too. This little nylon washer.
Okay. So that can be replaced as well from the, and you can get these items from MainStreetCycle.com. You can get them in the OEM tab, OEM Parts, and you can get these clutch pieces. Definitely don't want to get crazy with the oil,
No.
because then you'll be slipping your belt big time. They just put a little bit on that shaft. It'll definitely help with install and everything. All right. So we're going on with our stage 2 secondary spring and going in the B position. Harmon put that in the B1 notch. Make sure it's not, can you take it out and just kind of, because this is something I've seen somebody do. They kind of barely set it down in there. You know, you want to make sure that it fits down. See that? Yeah. You want to make sure it goes all the way in, right there. Boom. It's not going to come out now. I've seen where somebody didn't really put it in the notch all the way, or the hole, and it unbound and gave them fits. So put it down in the hole, B1. We're going like right here, B1 here. Now again, if you were installing the stage 3, if you were installing the helix, you would, instead of how we're putting this stock one back on, you would be putting this one on. But we'll show you that in just a moment. It'll be the same steps. So we went ahead and Harmon put the snap ring in place. Okay, and he's making sure everything's kind of somewhat even. Yep.
Where this, I don't know what you call that lock.
Yep, that key.
The keyway.
Go down the keyway.
Lined up there.
Yep.
So now we're going to put her.
All right, put the nut on, washer on. Again, you can get all these tools at teammscparts.com. Now we're just going to work it down nice and evenly. And guys, this right here is extremely important. If you just run this thing straight down and then put your snap ring in and then decompress it and think you're good, that's going to be a problem. You're going to have slippage. You're going to not be able to go fast. It's just not right. So you got to have it installed correctly.
Yeah.
And if you're getting another dealership local to you to install it, man, we have seen other dealerships install it improperly and cause you fits, which then you call and complain to us, and then we have to try to help out. If it's installed correctly, it'll be right and you'll be very happy and pleased. So you notice you're lining it up for the keyway, right? The key into the keyway.
I'm lining it up on the barrel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because if you're off a little bit, it'll get in a bind.
That's right.
So just want that to be straight.
And he's getting that barrel, that shaft there, to line up with the helix to slide right on.
Yep.
Okay. He's having to work around me to.
You'll feel it when it lines up, and it's gonna go smooth.
That's right. You don't want the bind here.
No.
And that's just from it. If it's binding, it's not the spring's fault. It's not the helix's fault. It's because you're coming down crooked.
90% of the time, if you'll just keep this clutch in the center of that hole, it'll do what it's supposed to do.
That's right.
I'm gonna do the keyway.
So we're gonna do the key. Got to put that in place. Get it to focus there. Okay, and it can be a little aggravating because you got to have her lined up just right.
Yeah.
So once you get it in there just right, he's just barely tapping that. And it went right down in there. Zoom.
Now I'm gonna back it back up.
Yep.
About 3 good turns, and then we're going what they call setting the preload on.
See how he had to turn that? He's turning this top sheave clockwise.
Hold the bottom one and pull it.
Boom. And you got to bow up. Harmon's a big old boy.
You got to hold it.
You got to bow up on it.
We can tighten it down.
Yep, he's holding it in place, tightening it down. Boy, that's a lot of commotion going on out there.
Going on.
Okay,
all right.
So now he's got it in place and he can let go because that nut's holding it in place and it's resting against the right side of the helix there. And that is correct. Show him that tension one more time. Yeah, let go, pop it. Yeah, see, we're doing that just to show you that you should be able to do that when you're done, okay? All right, now we're getting the snap ring in place. Get your snap ring pliers. You want to make sure that you get that snap ring all in the groove all the way around. Okay? And once you verify that, we're going to release the tension and all that's going to go up against that snap ring. And that's it, boys. Boom. And that's the same exact procedure that you will do with your stage 3 helix. So a stage 2 and a stage 3, the installation process is practically the same. It's just if we were installing the stage 3, which we'll do here in a minute, you would have put this on instead of the stock helix, okay? This is what makes it a stage 3 right here, this bad boy. So we're going to put that back on. We'll show you step by step how to do that and go run it and test it.
Here's the bolt that comes with your clutch kit.
Yep.
One of these is threaded, this one.
And why do they do that? I don't understand why they don't.
The other hole, I guess, for when you gauge it or break the bolt, you can re-tap this one. And,
I don't know. So yeah, only one of those is threaded. If it don't thread in easy, try the other one. Okay. Now you can also get these tools from TeamMSCParts.com. You'll see it in the clutch category. Team MSC clutch kits, you'll see that. But you will get one of these in your kit. But if you want a spreader tool, you can get those as well. So Harmon is just going ahead and spreading this out. All it does is force these two sheaves apart where you can get your belt down in there and put your belt back on to the clutches. Putting his belt on. Arrows are pointing the same way it was when he took it off. Alright, I'm going to try to make sure y'all can see every part of this best I can with the camera. You got to get her lined up just right and then let it get all the way on the splines. And then he's going to loosen this spreader bolt. Please don't break that bolt. Be a bad day. Now at this point, we would add just a little bit of Loctite on these bolts when we put on the shafts here. But since we got to take it right back off here in a minute, we're going to skip that step for right now. But now he's installing the primary. And we'll get that all done up like you saw just a moment ago. And then we will resume the video. And it is clockwise to tighten, righty-tighty, unlike the primary, okay? So we got that Got that on. We'll finish buttoning this up so we can go do the test. Engagement is, it was showing 2,000 there. 2,100, 2,000. That was 2,000 there. 2,100. All right, there we go. Now watch. That is so smooth. Look. That is nice. Very nice. All right, we're back at our line. There it is. We are high gear normal. We'll try to focus on that. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! My thumb hit the stop button, but look at that, 7.5 seconds, but for some reason it still took 11 seconds in the 1/8 of a mile. 7.5 seconds, 0 to 50. That's pretty impressive. We may run that back just to be sure we got good, accurate data there. I wish I had a draggy so it would be a little more accurate. This is just using my phone here with a GPS race timer app. I know I need the draggy, but this is all I got right now. All right, one more run real quick. Let's ease up a little bit. There we go. All right, we're not focused, I'm sorry. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I did focus, y'all. But look at that time. 10.9 seconds. 1/8 of a mile. 7.5 seconds. 0 to 50. All right, that's pretty fast. Stage 2, baby. Good job. Do our top speed run. Let's see if we lose any speed with stage 2. Here we go. All right, I saw 66 and 67. So we did not lose any speed. We actually picked up a mile per hour with a windshield, with a rear windshield, with heavy tires, 30s, and a stage 2 Team MSC clutch kit. Again, your results will vary depending on all your accessories, weight of rider, all that kind of stuff. Now, let's go do this stage 3. Pretty smooth, huh? Yeah, it is. All right, since we've already showed you this part, we're gonna lift it back up, remove the tire, take all the clutching back off, take the secondary off so we can go install the helix, and we'll resume right there now. So now we've got it back in the vise and on our Team MSC secondary clutch tool. And we're just gonna simply go through the same steps we did a second ago and remove that secondary helix. That's the stock one, and we're going to put on that trail helix. And so it's the same procedure, and but we'll let you kind of see some of the highlights again, because this is one of the most important steps. See that one actually come up better than the stock one did.
Yeah.
Just decompressing it. Remember that key is probably going to fall out. There it goes. Don't want to lose it. I think this is the first time we've showed people twice in the same video this part. But again, very, very important. All right. Now, all we're going to do, since we already got our spring on, it's in B, okay? Just prove it to you. There we go. All right, B. And we're going to take our helix and we're going to put it in the 1 position. All right. And put that notch in the 1 position. All right. Now we're going to just, he's lining that keyway up with the keyway in the helix.
Yep.
I can't stand this new update on this iPhone. It is, the camera settings is hard to focus. Anyways, gonna line her back up, keep it all nice and even on the all thread there. And then we're just gonna run it down. I want you to see every step of it. And if we have a little, it may come down a little crooked. That's normal. You just gotta work with it.
It's a good workout.
Yeah.
Do the right side, then do the left side.
That's right.
Then do the left side.
There you go.
Then you get muscles like
Yeah,
me.
big arms. Big dog. All right, remember Harmon's just going to bring this down far enough that he can line his keyways up to put the key in.
I'm gonna be able to show you. See, it was center, but it's kind of, that barrel in there is off center.
Yep. See how you can see light right there? I wish I could point at it.
Point.
Yeah.
On this side.
Yep.
Here
Yep.
and there.
That's right.
This is
We
kind
got
of,
to work it over a little bit.
just move that till it's,
Yep.
that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna ease it right down till it touches, and then it'll just go right up on there.
Yep, see that? So it's got the helix going down onto the center shaft there. And
We're gonna turn it and just hold your helix and
Okay.
then grab this bottom one.
and you can turn it. Look at there. Look at there.
It'll turn.
Super close. Lining up the keyway. We'll put the key in. And it's not going to just drop in there.
Sometimes.
But he can press it in. Just a little tap. Okay, so he's just using a wrench there, and he's not having to hit the 20-pound maul out.
Yeah, I didn't get a big boy. So now we're gonna back it back up like we did a while ago. Just when I said we're backing it back up, we want this helix to miss them bolts.
Yep.
And we got to get it the spring load.
Boom. He's holding it. Run it on down. You see he tightened, he turned it, and then he held it with that left hand, and now it's up against it. Okay?
Yeah,
There should be tension.
load there.
That's right. There should be some spring load and tension. Now don't go past one and get to the other.
You won't never pull it that far.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You gotta be
If you do, I don't want to
a
mess
beast
with
of
you.
a man. That's right. All right, now he's putting his snap ring in.
Yep. Put the snap ring in. Make
Make
sure
sure.
it's cut out where it needs to be.
Yep.
And
that's a wrap, boys. Relieve the tension. And now we're going to.
well, I always like double check it.
Yeah,
when I
make
get
sure.
done. It
That's
ain't
right.
Hanging up.
That's right.
Sometimes you'll get and it'll stick right there, but that's because that nylon washer at the bottom,
Oh.
we didn't get no oil on it.
Yep.
You know, and
Yep.
it'll want to bind. So I like to make sure everything's gonna operate smooth.
That's right. Running our spreader tool on. That's just to spread it apart. to get the belt down and have plenty of slack. That's how you loosen the belt.
Of course.
All right, we're gonna put it back in place.
This is the fun part.
There she goes. He's just gonna go ahead and take that out. Got our spring. Lining the primary up. And then lefty tighty on the primary there. We're gonna put what you doing, big boy?
Mm-hmm.
Put our 18 in. And then just for fun, if you want to, it'll tighten up on its own. But just for fun, if you want to tighten it up, all you gotta do is spin it. But of course, when you crank it, it'll do that itself. See that? It'll tighten up to what it's supposed to be. So that's it. And then we'll put our cover back on. And you want to tighten those up nice and evenly, and don't strip your little 8mm bolts out.
Oh, they don't strip their little brakes.
Oh. Alrighty. Alright, we got everything buttoned back up, because I believe we're going to be very happy with it. Very smooth. All right, just trying to make sure. Yeah, we're good. There we go. All right, almost out of daylight. We gotta hurry. All right, so we're gonna go high gear. Let's look at the. Oh yeah, baby, she's smooth as silk. So we're looking at 2100 steel, 2200. On belt engagement. So you're not seeing a big difference in belt engagement RPM. But it is very smooth. Look at that. Very, very smooth. Okay. So let's go get our times before we run out of daylight. All right, so we're running out of daylight. We got the stage 3 in it. I'm cruising. We're about to punch it at the same spot. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That the stock tune is, without the Team MSC tune, you're going to hit the rev limiter at 67 miles per hour with 30-inch tires, stage 3 clutch kit, windshields and all. It has to be the same as the setup I have. I hit the rev limiter at 67. Now, when we get the Team MSC tune in here, it's going to be even smoother. It's going to go even faster. It's going to have more power, better acceleration, and also you're going to have your limiters raised, and you're going to be able to go faster than that. So that's pretty awesome. The clutch kit helps you apply it to the ground, and the tune gives you the power and the settings to be able to do so. So we should be able to get our time. Reset. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. That was 7.3 seconds, 11.5 on the 8. Oh. All right, let's get our top speed. Okay, top speed run, here we go. Another run with the Stage 3. It got to 50 faster. It's definitely smoother. I can feel the power delivery with that Stage 3 helix. It's much smoother. My acceleration is smoother the way the ramp angles are on the helix. So let's see if we can get another time here. We're gonna screenshot this. Screenshot that run, save run, Stage 3. Hey buddy.
It's cold out here,
It's
man.
very cold. Oh, I'm rolling.
How's the no doors?
Very cold.
I just said to Josh, I said, man, I hope that's not Blake because he doesn't have doors on. And
It's very cold. I'm trying to get my 0 to 50 eighth of a mile times because we're doing the clutch kit stuff. So
good deal.
Yep. All right.
I just gotta go to the hardware, so I'm gonna interrupt.
Oh yeah. All right, buddy. Oh, Rob came by. Oh, that's so smooth. Guys, I can't emphasize how smooth. So like each component is so important. Stage 1, 2, and 3, when you put them all together, you get the best of all worlds, especially with this trail helix. It is so smooth, man, I'm telling you. All right, guys, I'm running out of time. It's getting dark fast, and it is well below freezing, and I'm cold. But I hope this video was helpful. Let me get turned around over here. We'll close this video out. Okay guys, so I've had time now to actually review the footage, look at the times, look at all the saved pictures from the times, and really analyze it and everything. And first I want to say that this was the only procedure or way that I could quickly give you something to actually look at. We probably should have just took them and did them on the dyno as well and showed you power numbers and all that stuff, and probably been able to do it a little more efficiently there. But what we need to talk about real quick is, if you notice, the eighth of a mile times are pretty much irrelevant here. And also keep in mind that that app, I've tried it on a few other things and it wasn't extremely accurate, but it's the best thing I could use. It does use GPS, so it was the most repeatable thing I could get other than using a draggy. And I bought one a couple years ago, and for some reason after I've moved a few times, I don't know where it's at. But enough excuses, let's talk about some facts here. The 0 to 50 time it improves with the stage 2 and the stage 3 clutch kit, which makes 100% sense here. And that's because with the clutch kit, you got to think of it, we're lower gearing it and making the power applied to the ground, making it more efficient on the bottom end through the mid range, okay? Because where are you using your machine the most? With a utility machine especially, you're putting it under a load. And that's what we probably should have done more than anything, was load the bed down with, I don't know, put like 300-400 pounds worth of feed back there, some logs or something, and did those 0 to 50 times. And that would have given a more accurate spread of the effects of the clutch kit under load. You see, with the stock clutches, yes, it may have ran a pretty decent time, but it was on the verge of slipping the belt and being too much for the clutches, just with the windshield and the heavy, 30-inch tires. But with the stage 2 and stage 3, we're helping that secondary, we're lower gearing it, and we're able to do it in a smooth, efficient way so that your belt pinch is better and you're not slipping your belt, causing issues there and causing more excessive heat in your clutches by letting the belt slip. So that's another positive to the clutch kits. Also, like I said, we went from a 8.5 second 0 to 50, and with each stage we got that down to 7.3 seconds. But the eighth of a mile time didn't really improve, and that's because by the time we got past 50 miles per hour, we were doing that within 390 feet. And we still had a ways to go before we hit that eighth of a mile. And then the pull past that isn't there because of the way that the secondary gearing is in our clutch kits. We want to optimize you being able to pull a load trailer that's loaded down, you fill your bed up with supplies, whatever you're doing there. We want to be able to help you in that situation. More practical things. Also, for you recreational riders, we're trying to help you also for when you're going up a hill, a long steady incline. You're not going to bog down. It's going to build up efficiently, apply that power to the ground, and give you that power where you're at. How often are you going north of 50 miles per hour in reality? Not very often. But I do want to point out, with the clutch kits, we gave you more top end, okay? Even though it may have taken right at a half a second longer to get the eighth of a mile, we still were able to give you more top speed. So we expanded you from 63 miles per hour up to 67 miles per hour. And another thing I want to point out, just like with the stage 3, you hit the RPM limit. I mean, I did in mine. I hit the RPM limit at 67 miles per hour. But with the Team MSC tune, you're going to get more power. These times are going to increase drastically in a positive way. I guess I should have said they'll decrease because the power applied to the ground, the horsepower gain, the torque gain from the Team MSC tune. Also, the RPM limits are raised, therefore you will have more top speed. Without the clutch kit, you're not going to be geared in such a way to be able to approach that 70 mile per hour range with 30-inch tires without the combination of the clutch kit and the tune. So I do want to point out one more time, if I was not running a windshield, my times would have been a lot less. But with that wind resistance and the headwind was picking up, it was a lot of resistance out there, and it was freezing cold. A lot of different variables here in this testing. But keep in mind, the clutch kits, for most people, I'm going to recommend that you get at least a stage 2, and if you can budget it in, the stage 3 is going to be the most effective across the entire RPM range. It's going to give you the smoothest ride. It's going to give you power applied to the ground in a more effective way. And if you can combine it with the Team MSC tune, you're going to raise that RPM limit. You're going to add the right fuel where it needs to be. The drive-by-wire is going to be modified. The torque tables are adjusted in a more efficient way, and you're going to absolutely love the performance of your UForce. Whether you're using it for utility purposes, using it around the farm and putting a lot of load on it, recreational riding, whatever the case is, if you can combine the tune, Team MSC tune, with the Stage 3 trail clutch kit, you're going to be extremely pleased with your UForce. It's going to transform it, and you're going to love it. So I just want to point that out. I'm probably missing some things that I really wanted to stress. But again, putting these units under load, that's our kits are for that. Now, we can design a drag racing top speed clutch kit for you. If that's what you're doing with your UForce, I think you bought the wrong machine. But if you're actually using your UForce for work purposes, you're using it, putting it under a load, you're putting a trailer on it, you're hauling stuff, keeping the bed full, then you're going to want our clutch kit. It's going to help it. It's going to help improve the performance and longevity of your machine, because it's going to be less stress on your driveline. It's going to be able to handle those loads. So anyways, if you want a clutch kit and a tune that is going to help you do those things, accomplish the task that you need it to, and also make it more playful and fun, then you need the Team MSC Stage 3 Trail Clutch Kit and the Team MSC tune. Other than that, guys, we're here for you. If you have any other questions, if you want to ask a few other things maybe that this video didn't cover, remember you can text 662-438-6407, and somebody's going to get with you and help you with those questions. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you. God bless you. As always, remember to keep it real. We'll see you in the next one.